Lack of money will prevent you to face the daily challenges of life. Affects the ability to provide the basic needs to survive, like bringing food to the table and having a roof for your family. Other problems can include divorce, broken homes, not being able to confront a medical emergency, losing a job and facing time with no income, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on.
What causes the cycle of poverty? Everything happens for a reason. We attributed this phenomena to three main reasons: lack of education, lack of resources, and lack of determination. Each culprit reflects an aspect of poverty, from outer influences including available resources in a person's living environment, to inner factors like their will and spirits to fight against poverty.
Maslow's hierarchy tells us that a person is unlikely to pursue higher needs like self-actualization or self-fulfillment if first their physiological or basic needs aren't met: food, shelter, clothing, water. We know this from our own personal experience. If we're tired or hungry or dehydrated, we don't perform at our best, and our energy must go towards satisfying those basic needs. For a person living in the crisis of poverty, securing basic needs is a full-time job. And until those needs are met and stabilized, a person is unlikely to pursue higher needs like self-fulfillment.
How can we break the cycle of poverty? They said, where there is a will, there is a way. Eliminating poverty and ending this cycle requires long-term and collective efforts, from government to households and individuals. We will be looking at two stages in the human cycle: childhood and adulthood, to solve the problem faced by each stage. Childhood stage. To prevent the cycle from repeating itself, measures should be taken to lift youngsters from poverty. In a speech delivered by Duncan Campbell, he said, "Children are resilient when spotted. Parents are responsible for providing their offspring with the best living conditions. However, they lack the resources to accomplish such a goal in poor households because opportunities and resources are factors that an individual cannot control. Poverty continues for generations. Therefore, we believe support to children can be given in mental empowerment besides financial funds. If poor parents cannot make enough income, be the encouragement, source, and motivation for their children to look up to and grow. That determination to end the long-standing poverty might leave an even more significant impact on the youth, because it gradually builds their resilience and perseverance to move forward in difficult situations. The unwillingness to try and fight against poverty is sometimes what sticks a family in misery. Empowerment also refers to encouraging youngsters to go to school. As we know, education is an influential tool to end global poverty. Even if forcing children to adopt labor job can meet the short-term needs of income, families that restrict children to study is throwing away their high chance to be self-reliant and escape poverty in the future. Adulthood stage. We find that individuals who grow up in poor families are much more likely to be poor in early adulthood, said Robert Lee. Wagmiller and Robert M. Edmond from National Center for Children in Poverty (NCCP). Unlike the previous stage, poverty experienced by adults continues due to their incapability in pursuing medium to high paid jobs and unwise use of money. Regarding employability, it's never too late to go to school to learn a skill. School here doesn't confine to the K-12 system or colleges, but it can be short courses that teach a person new practical skills to maintain a job. As there are not so many free classes like that, we believe government and NGOs devoted to combating poverty should organize workshops or training for unemployed and impoverished individuals. Generational poverty means staying impoverished for 2 or more generations. Poverty is not an incurable disease, yet it is passed down to one generation after another. This is usually called the cycle of poverty, where everything begins once again after it is finished, persisting in a whole family's tree for years. Thank you so much.